that statistic this afternoon. Speaking of the Wellington Phoenix, Giancarlo Italiano knows it's last chance saloon, and there is still a glimmer of hope. It has to be this afternoon. He welcomes Marco Rojas back into his starting lineup. Corbin Piper is also back in the 11 after being benched against Melbourne City. Those two players come in for Paolo Retre and Nathan Walker, who are on the bench alongside a new face as the substitute goalkeeper. Dublin Boone gets his opportunity with illness, keeping Josh Oloyemi at home. Well, I spoke about Marco Rojas. He is a huge inclusion. It's his first start since before Christmas. He has had 2 games off the bench following a long-term ankle injury, and he's hoping for a happier run ahead in his second stint at the Knicks, of course, making his debut 15 years ago in yellow and black. The Knicks just getting into the huddle. Alex Rufer laying down the law. There is John Aloisi. He's only won 5 of 23 games against Wellington. That's his worst record against any opponent as a coach. So, once again, Western hoping for those kind of figures to change. And it's game number 48 in the A-League for Giancarlo Italiano officially, but it is his 50th, if you take into account the 2 games that he deputised for Ufak Talay when Talay was struck down with COVID back in 2020. So, a milestone of sorts for Giancarlo Italiano. Game number 10 in the A-League for Shane Skinner. He hasn't been in charge of either of these 2 sides this season, the West Australian, but he has had Western United twice previously, who've had 1 win and a draw. And there is the VAR centre. Daniel Elder in the centre of screen is the VAR for this match, and Brad Wright to his left, the assistant VAR. Hopefully, for their sake, a quiet afternoon, and both teams can let the football do the talking. Alex Rufer, one of the reinforcements that has returned after a really difficult injury period for the Wellington Phoenix. And, of course, returning players for Western United as well. Riku Danzaki coming back into the side following that, well, abdominal/knee injury for Abel Wallity. And Angus Thurgate, of course, who has been ever-present this season, other than, of course, 1 game out for a yellow card accumulation. So we are underway with Western United looking to continue a fine run of form. They've won 2 in a row, only 1 loss in their past 7 matches. So John Aloisi will be hoping for that to continue as Rufer gives the ball away. Angus Thurgate picks it up, and then he loses possession as well. Wellington looking to attack immediately, but the ball through from Marco Rojas was easy to be picked up by Matt Sutton in the Western United goal. Yeah, what a season Matt Sutton has had. Of course, he's had to do it the hard way, hasn't he? Happy birthday to him. His 25th birthday yesterday, after long stints on the Pine early in his career at Melbourne Victory and Melbourne City, getting his opportunity as a #1 in the A-League this season. Matt Sutton, who'll be looking to celebrate his 25th birthday yesterday with 3 points this afternoon. That ball ultimately finding its man on the way through, and Thurgate can continue it on. Trying to find a way through up the left channel, Western United. Switch potentially on. Tate Russell has space, and it does end up with Russell on the right-hand side. Skips away from Giraldez, a new face for Wellington, of course, Chico. Another attacking option, but Botic, 10 goals so far this season, and he gets an early corner for his side. So the first opportunity for Western to get into the final third, and they win a corner. Noah Botic looking lively on the edge of the area, and it's the veteran Scott Wootton who gets the body in the way. But already the attacking intent is there, and what a race that is. Noah Botic and Hiroshi Ibasuki, 18 goals between them. Ibasuki looking to keep up with his younger strike partner. Thurgate's in, swinging delivery. It's flicked on, and it's going to be claimed by Reece Bozanovski. Can you believe it? Inside 3 minutes in Tarnier, the in-swinger from Angus Thurgate, not defended well by Wellington, and Bozanovski gives his side the lead. Well, he barely Kelly has to leap off the ground, Reece Bozanovski. It just flicks off his head, nestles into the bottom corner. Albie Kelly-Heald is rooted to the spot. The Wellington Phoenix defence completely missed the ball on the way through. Bozanovski has his second of the season and just the second of his career as well. And if Wellington were hoping to keep their season alive this afternoon, it has started in the most unfortunate way they could think of, with Reece Bozanovski popping up with a header from close range. And it is a long way back now for Wellington, although, of course, a long, long time left in this game. Sam Sutton trying to race down on the end of that one. And Western United have a goal buffer inside 3 minutes. Bozanovski scoring against Sydney FC back in round 8. And he's featured in every match so far this season. The 20-year-old, what a start for John Aloisi. Another one of the local juniors that's come through the Western United Academy. 7 of them in today's matchday squad. The Spring Hills and Sunshine George Cross Jr. One of the first players actually to graduate through the academy. So a wonderful occasion for him to score in front of family and friends as Rufa tries to flick one over the top. But Western United managed to clear the danger, and now Danzaki on the left-hand side of midfield this afternoon with no Walletsy can take on Corbin Piper, and Piper just jockeying that one out for a goal kick. And this afternoon on the sideline for us, Jake Barker-Daish in warm conditions. Jake, what a start for Western United. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Glenn. It was a wonderful ball by Thurgate. It practically just hit Bozanovski on the shoulder there and rolled in, but the conditions of the ground are absolutely immaculate. The ball's zipping around early. It's not as windy as it has been in previous games here at Western United, which is a little bit more interesting. I thought that might bring Wellington into the game a little bit, but so far it's been all Western United, which is true to their home form this season.
Certainly has been. Thanks, Jake. Great record at home this season. 7 games, just the 1 loss to Auckland 2 games ago. This is Wellington's first visit to Ironbark Fields. As Imai loses out in the middle of the field, and Wellington with an opportunity here. Put the ball into the middle from Giraldez. Couldn't find Barbarousis. And now Thurgate gives away the foul on Piper. A fairly easy decision for Daniel Elder. Piper's right knee heavily strapped. Let's have a look at that one again. Thurgate just stuck the leg out. And Wellington, one of the first opportunities for them this afternoon. Final third has been the area of most concern for Wellington this season, as Giraldez will look to swing a right footer in towards the edge of the area, towards the back post, and well, that is wasteful from Wellington, and unfortunately that is a continuation of their struggles in the final third. Jake just mentioning the breeze and the fact that it's nowhere near as strong as it has been in the past. There was a game a couple of weeks ago against Auckland FC where it was absolutely barreling down from south to north. But I don't think the breeze played too much of a factor in that free kick from Giraldez, as Western United look to break again. Grimaldi can cut back in towards the left foot. Not a great ball across for Danzaki. Wellington win the ball back through Sheridan, but only momentarily. Rojas loses out. It's won back by Western United. And Shamoun to decides to go back to Thurgate. Western, with that 1-goal buffer, are able to play things at their pace. Nice touch under pressure from Giraldez. But Western continuing to press, and they win the ball back again. Here's Grimaldi cutting back in. Danzaki getting pushed away from goal by Wooten. Good save. Kelly Heald had to grab it on the follow-up. He does so. But every time Western get into the final third, they look dangerous. Danzaki, it's a wonderful touch to get past Piper. Scott Wooten does well to tighten the angle. And then Kelly Heald is able to grab it on the second attempt. Once again, Wellington trying to play out from the back. Johnny Luisi was looking for a free kick, but they will get the throw. Well, if the goal wasn't a warning sign enough, this continued pressure from Western United would spark fear into the little corner of yellow that's travelled. Danzaki and Piper again. Piper just clipping the heels of Danzaki, and he'll give away a yellow card. So an early booking for the right fullback of Wellington Phoenix. That's his second of the campaign, but also it means he has to walk a tightrope for another 81 minutes. And it gives Western a free kick in a really good attacking position. Thurgate is over it. Danzaki is there as well. His countryman, Hiroshi Ibasuki, lurking at the back post. And this one could be tricky for Kelly Heald, with players swarming around the 6-yard box. Thurgate's delivery towards the front post. Ibasuki had moved off the back towards the front. Almost a prepared training ground move. And this time, Western couldn't capitalise. Bozanovski was there at the back post as well. He could have had a double, but it just skidded past him. And Wellington breathed a sigh of relief. And look at Ibasuki and Botic prepared for that short ball. Kelly Heald putting it straight over the touchline. Well, we know they like to play out from the back, Wellington. Botic and Ibasuki were aware, and that pressure forced Kelly Heald into the mistake. Bozanovski wins the throw. And you just saw there the exasperation on the face of Giancarlo Italiano. Wonderful season last year. And the flick on from Wellington was a dangerous one. It could have gone anywhere, but it did go far enough to stymie Western's attack. Only momentarily, though, because Tate Russell tries to find a way through. And now Shane Skinner will bring it back after an age for the tackle on Costa Barbarouses, who's continuing to argue the point. They have got the free kick. There'll be nothing more than that. But yeah, Giancarlo Italiano just threw his head back after such a fantastic campaign last season. Of course, player turnover, injuries this season has been certainly Wellington's biggest downfall. Guys like Alex Rufer and Marco Rojas missing for such large periods of the season. Ibasuki trying to find Danzaki. He does so. Wooten getting across in cover. No one in the middle. Well, Danzaki played a wonderful ball across the 6-yard box, but it's only wonderful if there's someone on the end of it, and there wasn't on that occasion. So the Knicks can break through Sutton. He runs straight into Bozanovski. Bozanovski links up with Botic, gets away from Rufer, goes to ground, and Alex Rufer will go into the book. So it's 2 yellow cards in the space of 13 minutes And in particular, in the space of 4 minutes for Wellington, as Alex Rufer just saw Noah Botic heading towards the edge of the 18-yard box. So you have a look at that ball across the 6-yard box again from Danzaki. Well, if there were green and black shirts, you'd put that down on the score sheet as a second goal. That's Alex Rufer's 4th of the season. And of course, after 21 games, the 5 yellow card limit reverts to 8. So he's walking on a tightrope for another couple of games yet. That'll be Kelly Heald just sorting his wall. Danzaki and Thurgate over it, just the 2 men in the wall. Rufer is one of them. And plenty of activity. It'll be Thurgate just trying to hang that one up. Wellington deal with it. But can they get out from their own final third? Western will just be happy to go all the way back to Matt Sutton here. It was just a case of anywhere really for Wellington. Almost chasing shadows at this stage. Sam Sutton does well to shepherd that one over the touchline for a throw. They just need to find a period of possession. Western United swarming Wellington Phoenix. And once again, the high press, putting the young goalkeeper under pressure. Sutton tried to keep it in play, but he was unable to do so. And Western are just going to be relentless with the pressure. I hope they got the sunscreen on this afternoon, the Western service crew, because it is a hot one. Over 30 degrees. No drinks breaks this afternoon. There was plenty of talk that might occur, but the temperature has dipped significantly enough to avoid drinks breaks this afternoon. I think both teams would have probably enjoyed some respite. And certainly that heat could play a huge role in Wellington Phoenix's performance as the 90 minutes continues to roll on. Leonard absolutely blasting that one upfield. Heald will have to use his head. No, he volleys it clear. Grimaldi and Bozanovsky link up. Dylan Leonard, fantastic season at the back for the 17-year-old. The youngest player in the club's history. Bozanovsky and Danzaki. Danzaki's ball towards the back post. It's well kept in by Grimaldi, cleared by Rufer. But once again, it's just anywhere will do for Wellington. They are hanging on. And it's efforts like that from Matthew Grimaldi to keep that ball in play, but proving the difference for John Aloisi's side. Thurgate has time to bring the ball down. Shamoun still there. And Western have the luxury of patience. That's a good win by Giraldez. Just his 3rd game for the club, the 29-year-old who came through the ranks of Portugal's system with the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Diogo Jota, Ruben Neves. Not a bad lineup for the Portugal under-21s all those years ago. Can Wellington feel some of that magic? At the moment, they have to see off this rate. Grimaldi left-footed to Kelly Heald, almost through the legs. He recovers, but it was almost embarrassment for the Wellington keeper and almost celebrations for Grimaldi. As we have a look again, he cuts back onto the left foot, and Kelly Heald does just about enough to recover and avoid that one trickling over the goal line. Well, he's been pretty impressive in his 7 games so far as the young 19-year-old. Of course, Josh Oloyemi dropped from the side after a couple of errors himself during the Barron run. Kelly Heald thankful that that one didn't cost him and his side. Western win out again in the middle. Thurgate and Bozanovsky. Well, that's a poor giveaway. Payne struggling for options. Has to go back to Wootton. And now he starts to look forward. Rufer caught in traffic. Given away again in midfield. Picked up by Grimaldi. Has Danzaki. We'll try to draw in Piper and Wootton. Payne there as well. Thurgate keeps it on the deck for Bozanovsky. On it goes for Russell getting involved, but couldn't find his man. Wellington giving the ball straight back to Western, inviting them in once again. Grimaldi trying to thread the needle. Bodic and Ibusuki. Good save this time from Kelly Heald. He looks to redeem himself. Ibusuki snapped off the right boot towards the near post, and it's a good save. It was at a decent height for the goalkeeper, but at the front post he had to be aware. Western win another corner. They scored from their first. What can they come up with here? Thurgate, the man on set-piece duty this afternoon. This will be out the outswinger. This one towards the near post. That's easily dealt with. Thurgate would have been hoping for a little better delivery on that occasion. Even Matt Sutton happy to get a little higher. Well, I think Shamoon would have liked the 1-2 there. Grimaldi trying to take his man on, and now Leonard gives away the free kick and picks up a yellow ticket for his efforts as well. That's Dylan Leonard's second yellow card of the season, and fairly cynical, just going, putting the shoulder through to break up that Wellington Phoenix raid. Led by Isaac Hughes, who's been wonderful for Wellington this season as well. I think he's going to have to swap shirts. He's got a bit of claret coming from the nose, I think, as Isaac Hughes. He's had a fantastic season in a tough season for Wellington. Over 90% passing as the ball comes in. Dealt with by Western. A throw for Wellington. Yeah, Isaac Hughes is still getting treatment there. 109 clearances. That's 4th best in the league. And he's 10th in the league for blocked shots as well. Played 17 games this season. Of course, scored on Waitangi Day against Brisbane. It's the throw from Piper. Bobbles around. It could have been dangerous, but it was just out of reach of Tim Payne. And now the quick release from Sutton for Danzaki. The cavalry arriving for Wellington Phoenix. There's Isaac Hughes in jumper 50 after having to change it because of blood. And that ball from Danzaki can't find another Western United player. Giraldez is able to take a touch and then does really well to send Rojas free. Marco Rojas on a scheming run through midfield. And Tim Payne gets involved in the action. That was better stuff from Wellington. And it was impressive away from their own end, which they're not always perfect at, and they haven't been this season. We understand that VAR might be Grimaldi just running the rule over that last throw into the Western United area that ended up with Matt Sutton. Of course, Daniel Elder in the VAR box. Here's an opportunity for Ibasuki cutting onto the right. Botic is there as well. Shamoon. Danzaki bombing forward towards the 6-yard box. Comfortable for Kelly Heald now. He'll look to quickly release himself. And that's flicked on into the path of Barbarouses. Will look to cut back. 2 Western United players there. Barbarouses turns and shoots. Blocked by Leonard. Well, it was a good release from Kelly Heald. Now Wellington have a free kick. Grimaldi can't believe it. But that was a good release and a kind flick on. And Leonard had to recover really well. Here is that handball. Looks to come off the shoulder of Grimaldi. And now, great block from Dylan Leonard to deny Costa Barbarouses the brightest opportunity of Wellington's afternoon so far. Barbarouses looking for his first open play goal in 10 games. Giraldez, let's see what he can do with this right boot. 3 men in the Western Wall. Oh, there's confusion about who the third man's going to be, and Giraldez will go for goal. Couldn't get it on target. Matthew Sutton wanted Tate Russell to go into the wall. So one player dropped out, Shamoon it was, and then Giraldez saw the opportunity. Wasn't to be, but as we go down to the touchline with Jake Barker-Dace, Jake, Wellington just starting to look a little livelier.
They've been doing a lot of running this first 25 minutes here, Glenn. It seems to be a bit of a trend with the away teams coming to this ground, just getting acclimated to what is a suburban type feel of ground, getting understanding of your range of passes, and more in particular for Wellington, just trying to get some connection in that midfield. You mentioned Rojas and also Rufer. They're 2 players that they want to be trying to get on the ball. They've had a couple of bright moments here, but it's been really based around a counter-attack. It'd be really important for them to get some possession just to slow down their running, particularly the likes of Thurgate and Bosanowski. It looks like they're playing just more connected football, more at a different pace, whereas Wellington, it just seems to be a bit more frenetic. So hopefully for their sake, they'll need to slow that down coming towards the end of this first half.
Yeah, they certainly look like they've been forced to rush things, Wellington Phoenix, and you put that down, of course, to the impressive press from Western United. They've not given Wellington any time on the ball. That's full credit to John Aloisi's side. It's interesting, the comments regarding the setup at Ironbark Fields. Of course, a fairly new venue with plans for a much larger stadium in the precinct, but very different to many other stadiums in the Isuzu Ute A-League, isn't it? It's got that Australia Cup vibe to it on occasion, but take nothing away from the organisers at the club. They've done really well to create a home that is community around as well in Western Melbourne, celebrating this community. Game just starting to settle down a little. That's a lovely flick on by Botic, and now Danzaki is through. Great defending from Corbin Piper. Kelly Heald had come a long way out, and it looked like Danzaki might have been through on goal, but Piper recovered excellently to deny the Japanese. And it started with that beautiful flick from Noah Botic to change direction of play. Caught Wellington on the hop. Here it is again, a really quick switch of play. A lovely ball through the middle from Ibasuki, and look at the recovery from Corbin Piper. Danzaki looking dangerous, and Kelly Heald was in a really vulnerable position. And this time he has an opportunity to get it at his feet and slow things down. Struggling to find a way up from the back here, Wellington. Oh, and that's a poor switch of play. Grimaldi ends up with it comfortably. Ibasuki takes a big touch. It falls. Oh, I thought it was going to fall back at his feet after Hughes' clearance was blocked. But fortuitously, falls at the feet of Kelly Heald. That could have ended anywhere. Hughes had to make the block, but it was high risk. Once again, the long ball over the top is comfortable for Western. Shamoon, plenty of space, allowed to move forward comfortably, but gives the ball away fairly carelessly. And then Wellington unable to capitalise once again. That ball was nowhere near Giraldez. Plenty of frustration already on show. Not quite half an hour through this one. Western United going ahead inside 2 minutes through a Reece Bozanovski header following an Angus Thurgate corner. 3 players in the book as well. Corbin Piper and Alex Rufer both picking up cards for Wellington. Dylan Leonard for Western United. Here's Shamu. Tanzaki. Those two linking up on the left-hand side. Payne pushes them wide. Danzaki for Thurgate. Cuts back, wins another corner. Nothing Rufer could do there. Had to get the foot in the way. There was plenty of traffic on the 6-yard box, and it could have pinballed anywhere. This was the side of Ironbark Fields that proved a happy hunting ground for Western 2 minutes into the game. A corner from this position. This one towards the back post. Cannon's off the crossbar, I think. Kelly Heald getting a hand to it possibly as well. It goes out for a throw. Kelly Heald is the man who gets the last touch because it's a Western throw-in. And those corners with the sun in his eyes, really difficult. He's a tall goalkeeper, Kelly Heald, and he had to use 100% of his frame to get high enough and stop that one from potentially dropping in. Warning sign from Western. Western go all the way back to Imai. Inviting the Wellington press in. Barbarousis once again leading the line on his own. And now Wellington almost win the ball back. Tate Russell is away, flying through in cover. It was Isaac Hughes doing really well because Tate Russell was looking lively there. Ibasuki and Danzaki, still they come. Botic goes to ground. Might have rolled over on his ankle there. We'll keep an eye on Noah Botic. It looked awkward. Wellington looking to break again. And he is struggling on that right ankle. He's back on his feet, but Danzaki and Ibasuki linking up beautifully again. The low ball through. And you could see it was awkward for Botic as he tried to put his back towards goal and hold the ball up. Looks to have shaken off any ill effects. And there is a good travelling contingent of Wellington Phoenix fans. Bit of a feast of football in Melbourne today, of course. Not quite the only game in town as Western United continue to push forward. Charbel Shamoon. There it is, Melbourne victory in the Mariners. Live and free on 10 Bold and Paramount Plus as well. Can the Mariners and Mark Jackson turn around what has been a thoroughly disappointing campaign for them? Central Coast and Wellington, the absolute standouts of last year's campaign. The Mariners winning every trophy available to them. Tough to follow up. Here comes Weston again. Danzaki towards the goalkeeper. Ibusuki on a follow-up will score. Hiroshi Ibusuki gets the 9th of the season. Riku Danzaki played the ball across the middle. Noah Bodic was there looking to pick the pocket of Kelly Heald. But Kelly Heald got just enough of a touch on it to keep it away from Bodic. Not enough of a touch to keep it away from Ibusuki, and they lead 2-0. As we have a look at the Harvey Norman replay, Kelly Heald getting in the way of Noah Bodic, but the defenders couldn't recover in time, and Hiroshi Ibusuki scores one of the easiest goals that he'll score this season, and he's now just one behind Bodic in the Golden Boot race. Western United, 2 to the good. Beautiful ball through from Matthew Grimaldi, and one touch from Danzaki. There's not really much more than Kelly Heald could have done than that. He would have hoped that there was a defender to scramble it away. But Ibusuki was Johnny on the spot. There he is, Western United 1 and 2. And it is the 34-year-old, 11 years Noah Bodic senior, chasing the young pup down. Well, Wellington were defending at shadows a little bit there. Not reactive enough to Kelly Heald's save. Now Alex Rufer has gone down. Ibusuki is not sure what the referee's decision was, but he is going to go into the book. It's not Ibusuki, it's Angus Thurgate, I beg your pardon, who was involved in the challenge. As we have a look at the replay here, Ibusuki was there, and then Thurgate just steps on Rufer's boot. Thurgate is still arguing the toss. Well, Hiroshi Ibusuki has been excellent for this Western United side. Playing across from Adelaide. And what a strike combination him and Botic have formed. Another attacking throw for Western. 10 minutes plus stoppages remaining in the first half. They'll be looking to add to their advantage. Shamoun is going to shoot from long range. Kelly Heald thought about it, but he pulled out of the save, and in the end it's well clear of that right hand upright of the Wellington goalkeeper. As we see this one again, Shamoun just put the eyes up. He saw the goal open up. I'm not sure whether John Aloisi was overly impressed that that was the decision he ultimately made. Charbel Shamoun, of course, another one of the local juniors. Coming through Sunshine George Cross. He went to the Melbourne City Academy, but returned back to the Western youth setup before getting his opportunity, a 21-year-old. Now, Wellington with a free kick in an attacking position. I think it's Isaac Hughes in the wars again. Riku Danzaki offering the apology, and back, I beg your pardon, it's Matthew Sheridan just struggling to get to his feet after a heavy collision. Wanted to take the free kick quickly. Let's have a look again. Riku Danzaki, oh, it's a nasty tackle. And the stud's almost showing. Possibly lucky not to go into the book. No wonder Sheridan still looking a little ginger there in the foreground. Geraldez's floated ball towards the back post. Back with Geraldez. Gets away from Danzaki towards the 6-yard box. Barbarouses goes up for it. Here's Piper. And now on the snap is Rufer. Well over the bar. Couldn't get his head over the ball on the volley. It'll be a goal kick. And Unfortunately for Wellington, shots and chances are few and far between, and they just have to make the most of them. It was recycled well. Alex Rufer can't make that one count. He went so long without a goal in his A-League career, didn't he? Alex Rufer, well over 100 games. Not adding to his 5-goal tally on that occasion. You could see the warning there of Hiroshi Ibasuki, and he was the man that got to the ball first for Western, but Tim Payne shows plenty of strength to win it back for his side. Piper trying to get past Shamoon. It's a heavy touch, and Matt Sutton comes out bravely and collects with Piper flying through. And now Tim Payne looks to be limping a little. Of course, World Cup qualifiers coming up for New Zealand over the next couple of weeks as well. Tim Payne, if fit, likely to be a big part of those. Had a foot injury over the last few weeks. He missed those previous World Cup qualifiers against Vanuatu and Tahiti because of injury. He'll be hoping to feature against Fiji in a couple of weeks' time. The winner of that going through to play New Caledonia or Tahiti for a place in the World Cup. Of course, an expanded 48-team tournament in the United States, Canada and Mexico, and New Zealand would like to think that they are in the box seat. It'll be their first tournament since 2010. Tim Payne hoping to be fully fit for that. There'll be a few Kiwis, a few Wellington players involved in that Kiwi side. Costa Barbarouses. Sam Sutton as well. Marco Rojas. Alex Rufer, of course, plenty of all-white experience in this Wellington side. Here's Geraldez. Sheridan keeps it alive, going back to Wooten. Inside the final 5 minutes of the first half. Stoppages to come as well. Nice little flick on. First time from Barbarouses to Sheridan. Payne, and back to Sheridan now. Looking to dink onto the right boot. There's two yellow shirts there. Waiting at the back post. Great shot on goal from Sutton. And I thought Matt Sutton had to get a hand in there, but in the end, it cannoned into the side netting. Sam Sutton on Matt Sutton. It was a great ball over the top from Sheridan. Sam Sutton had plenty of time, maybe just sliced it a little. And Matt Sutton was able to avoid making a save. They're the moments that Wellington need to turn this game back around. They have had 5 shots on goal today, none on target. As the ball comes through for Danzaki, good defending from Piper again. No shots on target against Melbourne City last week either for Wellington. They've only just ticked over the 100 shots this season in this game. Just not getting enough time in front of goal. The Knicks. Rufer tries to thread the needle. Too many green and black shirts in the way. Barbarouses does really well to win it back. Here's Geraldez. What can Chico do? He's got Sutton on the left channel. Cuts back towards the back post. Payne will have to recover. The momentum is stymied for the moment. And Western United can get their banks of 4 reset. Their defensive structure back in place. Wellington will have to find a way through once again. Hughes. And Wooten knocking it around at the back, trying to find a way through. Piper will send it to Payne. Western will now see the opportunity to press. And send Wellington all the way back to Kelly Hills. Chested down by Payne. Rufer tries to find a way through. Western give away the throw. A better period of possession here for Wellington, but it's been too few and far between. 60-40 almost in favour of Western United. Time running out for Wellington this half. That was impressive from Giraldes. Wins it back after a lovely little flick on. Sutton's there again. Russell couldn't get there. Giraldes again on the back up. Cuts on the right foot. Great control. Just keeping it away from Tate Russell on a string. Doing it himself again, Giraldes in tight spaces. Ran out of teammates though, and the green and black shirts converged. Heading towards first half added time. Another Wellington Phoenix. Giraldes. Rojas with the flick on for Sheridan. Payne the 1-2. Matt Sheridan. Blocked by Danzaki. Still they come, the Phoenix. Payne on the left foot. Sutton has to dive, but it misses towards the left post. It was Rojas, in fact. Danzaki didn't know where it was, and then Marco Rojas on the left foot. Once again, can't get the shot on target. Can't force the goalkeeper into making a save. Jack Morgan indicates there'll be 2 minutes of time added on at the end of the first half. 2 goals for Western United. Reece Bozanovsky in the 2nd minute, Hiroshi Ibasuki in the 32nd. It's been a first half of toil for Wellington, as Western try to get something else out of it. Danzaki looks to get past Piper. Holds him up well, does Corbin Piper. Two Western United players crash into each other. Bozanovsky and Shamoon it was. Sutton just rolls it back in to his control, away from Grimaldi. Wooden goes route 1. Barbarousis tries to control it with his head. Shamoon gets in the way and Matt Sutton cleans up. Sutton goes to ground. I think Barbarousis might have lashed to try to get the ball. Absolutely no malice, but he does understand, I think, that he can't put the foot there as the goalkeeper is reaching out. I think there was a huge amount of contacts. Matt Sutton is still on the deck. Probably just happy to wind the clock down and see out the opening half. It will be a free kick. Here's the replay again, where Shamoon does really well to get in the way and prevent Barbarousis getting to that ball. Hiroshi Ibasuki with his 9th of the season in the 32nd minute, doubling Western United's advantage. Shane Skinner brings a halt to the opening 45 minutes on a hot afternoon at Tarniat. It was Reece Bozanovsky who gave his side the lead inside 2 minutes, following an Angus Thurgate corner. And then Hiroshi Ibasuki, After a lovely ball through from that man, Matthew Grimaldi, linked up with Riku Danzaki. The ball across the middle was parried by Albie Kelly-Heel, but only into the path of that man, Ivasuki. It is half-time at Ironbark. Western United 2, leading Wellington Phoenix 0. And don't go anywhere, because we have got all the highlights from the opening 45 on the other side of this break.
Yeah, I'll have a look if it pulls up. Yep. Yeah.
Getting him on handheld one.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
The ball over the top, and Kamala's got there.
Yep, I've got ya.
Caceres. Then the ball over the top, and Kamala's got there. Big chance here. Patrick Kamala fired Sydney FC in front. Centre threads it through. Here's Patrick Kamala going to have a go here. Oh, it's a great finish. What a goal by Patrick Kamala. A double for the pole. And Sydney have doubled their money.
Yeah, Sydney FC taking a 2-goal lead into their home leg of the quarterfinals this Thursday on 10 Play. But here at Tarniet, it is the Hungry Jacks halftime show, and it has been all Western United in the opening 45 minutes. Those fans look relaxed, but I'm sure they were happy with the way
Non ho più un soldo.
Roofer mentioned last week after that defeat to Melbourne City that they needed to win each of their last 8 games to be featuring in finals football. And it does appear to be a long way back this afternoon. Western United, of course, on the live ladder, back up to second after dropping down to third following City's win last night. Good result for them this afternoon as well, with Adelaide being held to a 1-1 draw by Brisbane. So another one of the challenges for that second spot is dropping points. Speaking of Brisbane, of course, our thoughts with everyone in southeast Queensland following Cyclone Alfred. And I'm sure the Brisbane Roar players will be looking to get home from Adelaide quickly. Marco Rojas has gone to ground under heavy pressure. He's back on his feet, but limping. Bozanovsky can move the ball quickly through the back line to Tate Russell. Looking for options. Can't thread the needle for Shamoon. But Tim Payne gives away the throw. Hasn't been a particularly busy afternoon at the office for Dylan Leonard, but he did have to come up with a big block in that first half to deny Costa Barbarouses, the 17-year-old defender. Shamoon going all the way back to Imai. And Leonard is under pressure, so he has to find Matt Sutton, who will start a fresh attacking raid from the back. Easily finding a way through Western United. Ibasuki to Danzaki, and now here's Noah Bottage. Wooden had to get there. Got the foot in the way and then played back for Kelly Heald, with Bottage bearing down on goal. But the way that Western United transitioned there was way too easy. Ibasuki again stays on his feet after the shove in the back from Hughes, who blasts it up the touchline to nobody. It was real one-touch football from Western, who didn't look to be rushing at all as they were able to play that ball through the middle. There's coach John Aloisi hoping his side can find another goal. Not a good record against Wellington Phoenix have Western United. No wins in their last 4 clashes as Danzaki plays the ball through for Grimaldi, cuts back towards the 6-yard box. Hughes sends it out for a corner. Ibasuki was lurking. Isaac Hughes taking no risks. But once again, it's sharp ball movement from Western United. Angus Thurgate will go over to take the corner. If they hold on to this scoreline, it'll snap a 4-game winless streak dating back to 2022. United winning 3-2 back in November 2022 at Sky Stadium. And as we watch this corner, their home record is even worse. The in-swinging corner towards the back post, headed clear. Only as far as Shamoon, headed down by Barbarouses. Pinball on the edge of the area. Ibasuki tries to get it away now, the left-footed strike. Matt Grimaldi over the bar. He snapped at it a little, but that was dangerous for Western United. Danger signs for Wellington. And the Knicks have seen off another raid. Western United starting this second half in similar fashion to the first. clear Marco Rojas there. But Leonard recovers and wins the ball back for his side. Danzaki. Western sending players forward again. Danzaki on the outside of the foot. He finds Grimaldi this time. And this time Matthew Grimaldi won't be denied. It was beautifully won in the middle of the park by Dylan Leonard. And Matthew Grimaldi scores his third of the season. And Western United lead 3-0. As we have a look at the Harvey Norman replay, Marco Rojas did really well for his side before losing out to Leonard. And then what a ball from Danzaki. Grimaldi has all the time in the world. Kelly Heel gets a hand on it, but it's nowhere near strong enough. And Riku Danzaki's outside of the boot assist gives Matthew Grimaldi an 8th career goal. It's a wonderful finish. As I said, the third of his season. Has played every game so far this season. And you'd have to say that Matthew Grimaldi's goal in the 51st minute could just about sink Wellington's season. Well, Riku Danzaki, Jake Barkadash spoke about him in the halftime show. He was outstanding down the left in the first half. And that is a delightful ball through for Grimaldi. It's a poor ball from Scott Wooden, puts it straight over the touchline. Frustration and fatigue really creeping in for the Wellington Phoenix. It's been a barren run. They've scored just one goal in their last 3.5 matches now. Of course, that goal came in the 6-1 drubbing at the hands of Auckland. Here's Ibusuki. He'll have a think about striking, and it's just wide of the post. Goes out for a goal kick. It's been a frenetic start to the second half as we have a look at the replay. Ibusuki can't quite get this one on target. He was slipping as he tried to shoot. Let's get back down to Jake Barkadash.
Well, Glenn, one thing Western United's been good at all season is killing teams off when they have a chance to go for the death. That's why they're sitting where they are in the ladder. If they continue to do so, they'll be second in the ladder. I think Giancarlo Italiano was just hoping they would hold on for a little bit more here, Wellington, as he's got Ishige, Nagasawa and also Brooke Smith warming up on the sideline, particularly with Rojas not having a full 90 inning. They were looking to make some changes, but I'd see more goals coming here from Western United.
Yeah, another opportunity as the game starts to open up. Ibusuki lays it off, and Danzaki, he's done everything this afternoon but score. He puts that one over the bar. Selfless play from Hiroshi Ibusuki to set up his countrymen. Really end-to-end stuff. And you could just see the tiredness of Wellington. They looked good in that transition, but they gave the ball away cheaply. And that is where they're going to find their undoing as they continue to fatigue in this second half. They will keep looking to play out from the back. It's another poor giveaway. Shamoon picks it up. They're just putting themselves under relentless pressure as they try to break here. Rojas can link up with Barbarousis. The 1-2, Rojas will look to come back in. Imai gets in the way, and Rojas frustratedly has to give up on that one. Wonderful defending from Tomoki Imai, and once again, nothing at the end of it for Wellington. Marco Rojas has looked lively this afternoon, but it has been a tough day at the office for him and his Wellington teammates. Of course, hasn't played since before Christmas with that ongoing ankle injury, Marco Rojas. He's come off the bench in the last 2 games, but minutes have been scarce. It was good link-up play with Costa Barbarousis, who's cut a lone figure oftentimes this season as they give the ball away again through Wooten. Now Noah Botic and Iwasuki. Iwasuki can lay it off, but Grimaldi was desperate for it. Iwasuki went himself. Grimaldi couldn't believe it. He wanted a double. Sam Sutton breaks away for Wellington. Well, they were just about lining up there, Western United, after another poor giveaway from Scott Wooten. And they are, unfortunately, Wellington, continuing to shoot themselves in the foot. Sheridan maintains possession for Wellington under heavy pressure. They go down that left channel. There's nothing in the final third for them once again. Danzaki's touch is heavy, so Piper wins it back for his side. Here is Corbin Piper. Giraldes lays it off for Sheridan, can't control it. And now Danzaki will try to hold the ball up to get the support of Shamoon, who almost gets the better of Tim Payne. And now Scott Wooten blasts that one absolutely anywhere just to give his side momentary respite under relentless Western United pressure. We are going to see those changes that Jake Barkadash touched on. And it is going to be Luke Brooke-Smith entering the fray for that man who has toiled so hard this afternoon on his starting return from injury. Marco Rojas makes way, and Luke Brooke-Smith comes in for his 8th appearance of the season. He was that goal scorer, of course, in that 6-1 loss to Auckland, to become the club's youngest ever scorer. He's also the youngest ever player. He's only 16 years of age. Here's Luke Brooke-Smith out of Hamilton. A bright future ahead after coming through the Ricky Herbert Academy. Nice turn from Barbarouses. Giraldes, who just checks his run and looks for options. The shadows lengthening at Ironbark Fields. And Wellington would appreciate that after a 30-degree plus day. A hopeful ball through. Matt Sutton wanted it. Dylan Leonard was taking no chances and headed it clear. Slight miscommunication, but the defender is always going to make sure of it. He's not going to let anything to chance. Not a single shot on goal so far through the first almost 15 minutes of this second half for Wellington, who give the ball away again. They do win it back though. Payne, the first touch for Giraldes, wins the free kick for his side. Giraldes wants to take it quickly. He does so. Ball over the top for Barbarouses. Imai gets in front of him. Tomiki Imai blasts it up the touchline for a Wellington throw. Being told just to take it back a bit. In fact, they were almost being told to take it forward, which you don't see every day. In the end, Corbin Piper is allowed to take the throw from about 20 yards deeper than where the ball had crossed the touchline. The ball over the top for Brooke-Smith. He wins the throw as well. Imai went to ground. Referee said it was a fair challenge. The 16-year-old looking to throw his weight around early. Corbin Piper had to stretch for that one, and he might get caught out here. He does really well to recover, though. Gives away the throw. That's probably best case scenario with Riku Danzaki in the form that he's in. It's a great switch of play from Thurgate for Tate Russell. Turgate brings it down for Grimaldi. And now a nice little ball through to the middle of the area where Botic goes to ground. Shane Skinner wanted none of it. To be fair to Western United, they weren't complaining either. And now Costa Barbarouses' pass is nowhere near Giraldez. Western win the throw. Completed passes for Wellington this afternoon. And around 83%. And only 70% in Western United's half. They go route one this time, but Matt Sutton's able to take it comfortably. Running out of ideas almost for the Phoenix as they try to find a rare goal. So Botic and Danzaki link up, and now Grimaldi looking for two. He will get two. Matthew Grimaldi with a beautiful first-time strike. Danzaki involved in the build-up again, but Grimaldi gets a double. Western United have four. Well, it was a mix-up at the back between Wooten and Piper. Danzaki makes the most of it, links up with Botic. Sam Sutton slips over as well. It's calamity at the back for Wellington, but delight for Western United. And the first-time strike from Matthew Grimaldi will secure 3 points for his side this afternoon. They lead 4-0, and it is a celebration in the west of Melbourne. Things going from bad to worse for Giancarlo Italiano's side. They haven't lost 4 in a row since back in 2022. Over the Christmas New Year period, 21-22. Jordan Lawton is going to be introduced now for Western United, and coming off for the man who got the ball rolling in just the second minute, Reece Bozanovski scoring his second goal of the season. He gets an early mark, and Jordan Lawton will make his 12th appearance of the campaign. The boy from Ballarat. Yeah, Matthew Grimaldi after goals against Auckland and Perth Glory earlier this season. It's his first career double. And once again, Wellington trying to play out from the back, putting themselves under so much pressure. Down 4-0. Here's Payne, Rufer. They do well that time, but Rufer gives it away to Imai. Western United on the front foot again. Here's Noah Botic looking for 11. Great save, Army Kelly Heald on the follow-up. Piper snaps it clear. Noah Botic thought he had 11 for the season. He thought he had a 5th, but Kelly Heald wasn't to be beaten on that occasion. He gets the boot in the way, and Noah Botic can't believe it. He can smell Iwasuki sneaking up on the golden boot tally. Turgate now, linking up with Grimaldi, looking for a hat-trick. This time it's blocked. But still they come. Western United take Russell. Cleared by Hughes. Here is Jordan Lawton. He knows how to score the spectacular as well, of course. Never forget that goal against Perth Glory. course, resulting in a red card as well. Bit of midweek football for you as well. Wednesday night, Melbourne City at home to the Newcastle Jets, the resurgent Newcastle Jets. So we speak about Western United keeping pressure at the top of the ladder. Well, Newcastle's first engagement before that trip to Melbourne midweek, which will be live on Paramount Plus, is up against Auckland tomorrow. And wouldn't Western United love to sit back tomorrow and hope for the best as Wellington through Payne plays it across goal. That was one of their best moments of the second half. But Payne is unable to find Brooks Smith at the back post. Giraldez did really well. Look at Chico Giraldez just finding Tim Payne, and then the ball across the face was nowhere near Brooks Smith. So Wellington unable to find the back of the net. Sam Sutton will go off on the far side. We've got a few changes for Wellington. Giraldez is making way as well. And Nagasawa is coming on. It'll be the end of the section. For Giraldez, Shiga is coming on as well. Rufa getting an early mark. Nathan Walker started last week, so he is coming on for his return. There is Nagasawa coming on for Matt Sheridan in the middle of the park. And while we have this short break in play, let's go down to Jake Barkadesh.
Well, Glenn, I've just been watching Noah Botic, and like I have for most of this season, sometimes when he's not in the game on the ball, he's always in it with his positioning, with his pressing, and like any deadly striker, he's always a chance to score a goal here, as he's done so much this season. We've also got to remember the Socceroos squad does come out next week, which, whether he gets picked or not, Noah Botic will definitely be in the discussion in Tony Popovic's squad going forward. So I think this is a time now with the sting being taken out of the game, the likes of Ivasuki and Botic will be smelling blood in front of goal.
Yeah, John Aloisi has certainly been talking up his Socceroo prospects, hasn't he, Noah Botic? Heading into the final throes of that World Cup cycle. Australia looking to qualify directly in this third round, not have to worry about the fourth round. Need to start picking up results, and wouldn't Noah Botic, at the very least, as you say, be in Tony Popovic's thinking, potentially being part of a Socceroos squad. And when goals are at a premium for the national side, someone who scored 10 this season and 7 in his last 7 is a pretty good shout. So Brooks Smith, who finds himself in the middle of the park for Wellington, can't control that one. Ishiga will be alongside him in the middle as Western win it back through Botic. Grimaldi looking for 3. Kelly Heald has to parry, but he grabs it quite comfortably at the second attempt. But Matthew Grimaldi, geez, he has got goals in him this afternoon, hasn't he? Cuts back in on that left foot again, straight at the goalkeeper on that occasion. And once again, Wellington just inviting the pressure by playing out from the back. And Nathan Walker finds himself on this right-hand side. He can't control. Corbin Piper was impressive down that right-hand side, playing a little higher this afternoon, taking his leave. Fairly like-for-like replacement. Leonard wins the header. Paolo Retre in midfield for Wellington. And now Thurgate can't control that one, gives away the throw. 20 minutes for Wellington to try to come up with something. Well, by their own admission, it would be essentially the end of their season in terms of being able to make the finals. After the Auckland game, Giancarlo Italiano suggested 7 out of 9 that they needed to win. Alex Rufer said last week they had to win all 8 They have 7 left now. This is a good run through the middle of the park by Nagasawa. Finding Barbarouses, but once again, no one in the middle. And Matt Sutton can pick it up comfortably. Barbarouses frustrated again. They have had a couple of decent balls into the middle of the area this afternoon, but there's been absolutely no finished product from Wellington. And the Western United fans are in full voice. Shamoon skips away from his opposite number in Brooks Smith. Grimaldi goes to ground, maintains control. Shamoon again. Danzaki. Riku Danzaki, the ball on a string. Gets away from a couple. Strikes with his right foot. Cleared by Wooten. Danzaki deserves a goal this afternoon for the work rate that he's put in. And now Brooks Smith is fouled by Thurgate. Let's have a look at this again. The step over, and then getting away from Brooks Smith. It looked like it was on target as well, but Wooten was in the way. 2 changes for Western. Michael Roos and Luke Vickery heading into the action. And Hiroshi Ibasuki, who scored the 2nd of the afternoon, his 9th of the season, will get an early mark. And Riku Danzaki, you can hear the applause that he's getting from the fans. He has been outstanding this afternoon for Western United. Both of these players, Michael Roos and Luke Vickery, are in goal-scoring form themselves, having scored against the Mariners last week. Michael Roos against his former club, the Central Coast. And Luke Vickery coming up right at the death against the Mariners last week for his first A-League career goal. But Wellington have possession at the moment. Nathan Walker down that left-hand side. One-on-one with Lawton. Dinks one over the top, forcing Tim Payne to put in the hard yards. Collects it from just inside the touchline. Here's Brooks Smith. And Thurgate will give Wellington a throw, allowing Western to reset their defence. Wellington have Sydney FC next week before the international break. They have never lost 5 games in a row in a single season. Have the Knicks. So that will be an unwanted record that they will be keen to avoid next week when they head to Allianz Stadium. Here is the in-swinging corner for Wellington. Can they get on the score sheet? Towards the back post, and the head up from Rufa is wide. In fact, it was Isaac Hughes who's still got plenty of claret coming out of that nose after a first half collision. Thurgate, great turn to maintain possession from Ashiga. But unable to find a way forward are the Knicks. Now they do. Here's Brooks Smith, but he won't be able to run that one down before Matt Sutton comes to the edge of his area to collect. Quick release given away though, one by Payne, who might have picked up a cramp there. Barbarouses, nice little 1-2, and the ball through the middle is wasteful again. Nathan Walker was there, but it was nowhere near him. the ball through, unable to find his man. Here's Noah Botic trying to chase this one down. Desperate to get on the score sheet. Thurgate gives it away. Paolo Retro wins it back for Wellington. Here comes Walker. Good battle with Russell. Tate Russell puts it out for a throw. It's going to be a Wellington throw. Taken quickly. No real options here for Wellington. Retray. Western United to within 5 points of Auckland, as you can see on the live ladder, with Auckland to play the Jets tomorrow. No team has ever lost the league with an 8-point gap and 8 points to go. It is momentarily down to 5 points, of course. The biggest gap given away with 8 games left was just 3 points. So Western do have a mountain to climb if they're to claim the Premier's plate. But Auckland will know they have to, first of all, get the job done in Newcastle tomorrow and then see out the rest of the season to ensure they would emulate the Western Sydney Wanderers as first season premiers. Here's Brooke Smith. I'm sure the Wellington fans watching back home on Sky don't want me to continue to sing the praises of Auckland FC, but it is great to see football in New Zealand firing at the moment. It is good to have your company this afternoon as Western United make a double change. Rami Nazarene and Jake Nidovsky head into the action. And Noah Botic won't get the opportunity to add to his 10 goals this season. He makes way with 13 minutes remaining, alongside the man who did score a double this afternoon, Matthew Grimaldi, getting an early mark. What a performance by him, his first career double. And now an opportunity for Nazarene and Nidovsky. Some late minutes. Jake Nidovsky has come off the bench 6 times so far this season, as the 4th officials board is in the wars. Seems to have survived. Roos will have to do some running here, as will Wooten, who gets there first. Retray gives the ball away for Russell. It falls for Vickery, who took maybe a touch too heavy. He might does well to keep possession for Western. Here's Vickery again, looking for 2 goals in 2 games. Ball towards the back post is too deep. Sam Sutton can just take control again for Wellington. Oh, it's another poor giveaway as they play out from the back. It's off the post, and the follow-up is over the bar from Rami Nazarene. His first touch of the game could have been a goal. After Wellington gave the ball away, playing out of the back again. It was a really tight angle for Vickery, and Nazarene couldn't get it down on the follow-up. But Wellington, once again, just inviting the pressure. Can they score on the counter? Walker cuts back inside. Nice little option towards Brooke Smith, puts Sutton under pressure. Sutton has to play at it. Barbarouses tries to play inside to Retray, still with Brooke Smith. Turning in tight areas, and the offside flag has gone up. So another opportunity is lost for Wellington. unable to get a shot on goal on that occasion. 10 minutes plus stoppages to go for them. It has been lean pickings this season in front of goal for the Wellington Phoenix. Just 17 goals, 4 more than Perth Glory. Seven of those goals have been from set pieces as well, so only 10 from open play. As Tim Payne has gone to ground, we saw him pick up a bit of a cramp a few minutes ago. There is the yellow fever, who always turn up. The little corner of yellow in Australia, of course. They look happy enough, but they will be bitterly disappointed. Another tough afternoon at the office for Giancarlo Italiano and his side. Goals conceded in their last 3 games. They have dominated possession in the second half, but they've just had absolutely nothing in the final third to show for it until Nathan Walker will score the goal for Wellington. Matt Sutton got big hands on that. The ball fell beautifully for Nathan Walker, and he gets the goal. Wellington are on the score sheet. It's a lovely ball over the top, not dealt with by Tomaki Imai at all. Walker one-on-one with Matt Sutton. A beautiful finish. Sutton thought he could have done better and probably should have. But Nathan Walker won't care. It's 4-1. And Nathan Walker has his 5th goal of the season. A bit of a super sub. 13 games make it 14 now off the bench. Wellington do have a goal. Possibly just checking to make sure Nathan Walker was onside. Daniel Elder having a look at this one. Imai looks to have kept him onside. And then the mistake compounds the defensive position of the Western United captain. Looked on that first replay that it's okay, and we're hearing that Daniel Elder in the VAR bunker is happy with it. Nathan Walker gets the goal for his side. Beg your pardon, he's made 4 starts for Wellington this season. It is his first A-League goal. A lot of columns in the statistics. Bit of a shank there from Ishiga. They maintain possession though. Retre tries to find a way through. Once again for Barbarousis. Walker slips over. Well, that could have been another opportunity for Wellington to score a quick-fire second. Recovered from that cramp. Palo Retre sends Barbarousis through. It's a good block from Imai. Vickery can wing it back for Western. Nice little 1-2 with Roos. Here is Vickery. Plenty of space for him. Will he think about shooting? He lays it off for Nazarene. Rami Nazarene onto the left. Looks to dink it into the far corner. Can't quite get enough curl on that one. Kelly Hill doesn't have to make a save. It's a great run from Luke Victory, but he was given a little too much space by Wellington. Despite that goal, are starting to tire or are continuing to tire. We could have almost conceded a 5th on the break. After good link-up play from Luke Vickery and Michael Roos. So Western United, who have only won once in 6 home games against Wellington. Their first home game here at Ironbark Fields against the Knicks. And they will get a rare win over their opponents this afternoon. The first win at Ironbark Fields against Wellington, a week after a first win in Gosford. Surprised that the man with 2 goals, Matthew Grimaldi, is well clear on the Paramount Plus player index as Brooke Smith tries to get past Shamoun. Can't do so. Riku Danzaki had a fantastic game for Western United as well. Jordan Lawton does beautifully to keep that in play. Links up with Bruce, who has to turn. They're lining up again here. Western United, Nazarene can't quite get there. Jake Nidovsky's ball through was just in front of him. Wellington will get a goal kick. But Western just looking so dangerous going forward once again. Jordan Lawton with excellent footwork. Close to that left touchline. Far outstripping their XG this afternoon. Western United, as Brooke Smith goes through the back of Vickery, wins the ball, gives away the throw. Western United have had 46 final third entries to 43, but have had 35 touches in the opposition box to Wellington's 13. Which is a fairly damning stat. Wellington have been getting into the final third, but they've just had nothing on the end of it. Western win the throw, much to Tim Payne's chagrin. Final couple of minutes plus stoppages. Can Western make it 5? Vickery turns well away from Brooke Smith. Goes towards the corner. Looking to just hold up play. Nagasawa hoofs it clear, but into the danger zone. Nidovsky goes to ground. Wellington clear. Walker can't win out against Russell. Wins it back. And now opportunity for Nidovsky here. Plenty of time. Probably should have get that on target. Kelly Hill was at full stretch, but it goes across the face. Nidovsky knows that he's missed a big opportunity to make it 5. He had all the time in the world, couldn't get his shot on target. The score remains 4-1. Possibly could have been another. Kelly Hill's goal kick goes straight over the touchline again. Western know that it's job done this afternoon. Their run home sees them head to Newcastle next week. Back here against Perth Glory. And then a trip to Western Sydney and Brisbane back-to-back. Here they come again through Lawton. Not dealt with at the back by Wooten, and then Michael Roos almost gets in front of the goalkeeper, puts it over from close range. Poor defending again from Wellington. Scott Wooten has let the ball go underneath his boot, and Michael Roos from point blank puts it over. Well, that should have been 5. Decent ball. Can Wellington find a second here? Just unable to make the most of those final third entries, aren't they, Wellington? Nagasawa goes to ground. Sam Sutton looking lively there. Four minutes of time added on. There you can see the final third entries fairly even, but it's those touches in the opposition box that Wellington just haven't been able to have anything at the end of any kind of attacking incisions. Just the one shot on target. That's 1 in 2 weeks. A rare momentary lapse from Shamoon. And poor distribution again from Kelly Heald. Western United seem happy just to let these minutes wind down now. Nardowski can't control that. Kelly Heald is looking for options. There aren't any. He goes short again. And now Retro with space through the middle. Can link up with Brooks Smith. One-on-one with Shamoon. Goes down the touchline, does well to get away from Shamoon. And wins the corner as well for his side. So a late set piece for the Phoenix. Just their second corner of the afternoon. Going to be taken by Shiga. The outswinging corner from Ashiga towards the back post, dealt with by Western. They'll have to keep it in though. Back to Rattray. Tim Payne will launch this one in, try to find a yellow shirt. Matt Sutton is out comfortably to collect and sees off yet another final third entry that doesn't result in a touch in the opposition box. Good goalkeeping from Matt Sutton. With the likes of Isaac Hughes watching on. And Sutton is happy to take every single one of those 6 seconds that goalkeepers are allowed. Anywhere will do for Michael Roos. A minute left of stoppages. It's been a clinical performance by Western United that started in just the second minute when Reece Bozanovsky got the ball rolling. And they have kept the foot on the throat against a Wellington Phoenix side that has given the ball away on way too many occasions. That ball over the top, decent from Wooten. Barbarousis goes to ground. He wants a free kick. He's desperate for a free kick. He thought he might drag him to ground. Nothing forthcoming from the referee, and it really sums up the afternoon as Western get a free kick at the end of all of that. Well, Tomiki Imai gets in front of Costa Barbarousis. It does look as though it might have just been shoulder to shoulder. And then Thurgate wins the free for his side after Nagasawa has one too many stabs at him on the ground. Well, that is frustration personified. Costa Barbarousis. Matt Sutton's free kick will just about be the last action of this one at Ironbark Fields. It is. Shane Skinner blows the full-time whistle. Western United have 4, temporarily closing the gap on Auckland at the top to 5 points. A double to Matthew Grimaldi, Reece Bozanovsky and Hiroshi Ibasuki scoring goals as well against what has to be said, a disappointing Wellington FC, a Wellington Phoenix outfit. Handshakes for Giancarlo Italiano. We'll have to go back to the video this week to find out what went wrong for his side. It was a lack of ball, it was giveaways. And it was goals. Western United 4 have defeated Wellington Phoenix 1. As we have a look at the Alex Tobin medal points, Angus Thurgate discussing the 90 minutes with Scott Wootton. And Angus Thurgate does feature in our Alex Tobin medal points. But it was Riku Danzaki who had an outstanding game for Western United, picking up the 3 points. Matt Grimaldi scored 2 goals for his side, a worthy recipient of the 2 points. And as I said, Thurgate completing a clean sweep of the Tobin medal points for Western United. Let's get down to Jake Barkadash with some immediate reaction.
Well, Glenn, we spoke of Riku Danzaki's game, but this man here, Matthew Grimaldi, was sensational today. The perfect double, left and right foot. How